Hello Ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to an ARK Survival Evolved news video. Timestamps are there as always. Let's crack on with everything you need to know about ARK this week. So there was a community crunch got put up late last night. It details more about the anti-mesh system. It has been winning. There's definitely been a reduction and I've seen a lot more salty talk in certain discords. You don't want to go in there. It's the dark side. And it's literally taken effect. The meshing system is much improved. However, as ever, there's always a way, and it looks like people are still trying to find ways to break the game so they can just pretty much cheat always. But Wildcard are on it on community socials, and hopefully they're going to get as much details as possible to carry on narrowing the gap between these cheating mother truckers. I was going to talk today about what happened to Valguero. Why didn't it receive certain updates? What does the creator think, judging by some of his tweets? And is his new map going to be coming to console? And today is the last day of Legacy. If you play on any Legacy servers that are PvP on Xbox, PlayStation or PC, they should be shutting down today. I might do a live stream later if I can get enough ratbags together and we'll all just go and literally just jump on a server for the last few hours and see what happens. Let me know if you're down for that. I'll keep you posted on socials and on Discord when I'm going to go live and what system. And of course Genesis news, Valentine's Day news. Not much happening now. We got the release dates for Genesis, and Valentine's Day of course will be around Valentine's Day. But we might get a sneak peek at some new stuff if we take a look at the ARK development kit. So I'm going to be doing that later too. Anyway, let's crack on. It's the ARK news. Okay, so the anti-mesh system, I've spoke about this a lot. We deployed upgrades to the anti-mesh system that significantly reduced the amount of meshing that occurred to the official network. So overall, a 90% reduction in the way that people were cheating and getting under the mesh. If you're brand new to the game or you're maybe not paying attention too much to this stuff, people are finding places in the terrain where they can literally glitch underneath the land. This allows them to pretty much climb, cajole, fly, do whatever and get close to people's bases, ignoring all their turrets, ignoring all their dinosaurs and being able to blow it up or see inside. Wildcard are pretty happy about this and I love the fact they're actually giving us some details. They reckon it's an overall 90% reduction and they're trying to get it to 99%. As you can see, the biggest cheaters going are Xbox. Look at that, 450,000 times their cheat system has registered some sort of activity that would constitute undermeshing. And that's just in one day. It's crazy the lengths these sado mother would go to actually gain an upper hand. I've heard it say that people talk about it shouldn't be in the game and it's the dev's fault. I used to think along them lines, but there comes a limit when people are actively doing this kind of stuff, selling this stuff for actual information, for actual prize money, and it's just disgusting. If you're part of any discords or anyone that does this kind of stuff, just delete them off your friends list, get out of that tribe. You never know, Wildcard hopefully might turn their attention to the meshers and start actually wiping anyone that actually does this from now on. Of course, it does only primarily affect PvP, so I know there's a big portion of fans that roll their eyes every time I mention this stuff, but we got to remember I'm here for everyone in the ARK community, whether you play on any system and whatever game mode you play, I'll always try and give you the news about everything. Just a quick note on how it works as well is if you go into the mesh once, that could be a mistake, a genuine mistake. So the system is meant to teleport you back to a safe spot. If you go and keep repeating that in a short space of time, basically the system says, nah fam, you're a cheating bastard and it will kill you and you'll lose all your items. The bag will appear out of the mesh and hopefully it will despawn and you'll lose everything you're trying to get. Now for the longest of the time people would defend it and say they had to mesh because they were getting meshed, or they would defend their bases in the mesh but they wouldn't go and attack others. Look, at the end of the day it all leads to the same issue. If you've ever gone in the mesh for whatever reason to defend your base, to get revenge on people that were cheating, it's still just cheating and meshing. It doesn't matter what reasons, what explanations you can give. There are better ways to deal with it by reporting every single instance in the past. Now Wildcard haven't always been good at replying to every instance and they get snowed under. As you can see by how many times this cheating goes on across all systems, it was impossible to manage and reply to all this. But hopefully this new system really will make effect. So we need the players to stick to this now and actually do more too. So if you know a bona fide new method for cheating or duping or meshing, you absolutely need to fill in the form on the forum site, and then possibly after that go and ask or talk and mention stuff on the forums or to the community managers. There's a whole bunch of moderators on the actual ARK forums. They should be able to respond as well or help you in the right direction. But there are tickets that you need to write. It's boring, it's crappy, they don't always get replied to properly. But that is the method, and with this 90% reduction, it should be a lot easier to sift through some of the new stuff that you guys are finding, rather than you maybe just going, oh, I'll better cheat then since someone else has started cheating. As you can see though, it is definitely PC where it's had the lowest. But that also might be down to the actual official count of servers actually being pretty low too. The PC player base has been dipping for a long time now. Obviously it's been out there longer, and with the rise of mods and different ways to play and host your own servers, I think a lot of people probably don't play official on PC as much as they do on Xbox or the PlayStation. Now, these spikes you're seeing are to do with the events when there was lots of XP, lots of gains and stuff. And this is why you'll see much more of this kind of thing. Whenever there's a big event or there's an Evo event at the weekend, generally that's when you're going to see more activity. But the drop off is what we're really looking at. This is where the mesh detection update was in, and just look how few there is now. So that's what we're really focusing on today. Wildcard are winning the battle. They've still got a lot of work to do, but on Xbox and PlayStation specifically, it looks like it's good stuff. That number will start creeping up as some people do find methods, and I'm already talking to some people that have given me some clues and ideas about what people were trying to do. But from where I'm standing right now, that is actually proof in the pudding. The meshing system is working, and we've still got updates to go. It will be implemented even more over the next few weeks. So GG wildcards, GG. It's taken a good few years to maybe get to this point and stage, and hopefully this continues. So they basically tested this lot. They put it on a bunch of different maps and a bunch of different servers, and they rolled it out to everyone last week. If for some reason you've been caught in the mesh and maybe you think you're innocent, well, it will say so in your tribe log exactly what's happened. It doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get wiped just because you accidentally get glitched. It does happen. That's why people can do this. They did find it by accidents and stuff because the maps are created in certain ways that make it very easy to do this in the past. But there we go guys, more information there. You can go and join the forum, and I will link this in the description or comments section down below. So if you've got any more information about meshing, go ahead and try it out. But just make sure you've actually tried the official servers in the last week. And that is it for the community crunch. Not much going on there, but it's definitely a good start. And it's more and more of what I want to see Wildcard doing, talking and showing us exactly what they're up to. Right, as I said, it's the last day of Legacy. If you don't know what Legacy is, when ARK was launching, there were problems with duped items, replicated items, cheated items, lots of problems with massively OP high-level dinosaurs that had been spawned in by mistake on the Xbox network. Wildcard made the decision to create another cluster, fresh cluster of servers for launch when ARK came out with early access on Xbox, PlayStation and PC. The old servers would not get that much support. They'd receive maps, but they wouldn't receive any help with ticketing, any cheaters. It was kind of like a lawless no man's land where you could pretty much go and do what you want, carry on cheating, and no one would really ever check. Over the years, Wildcard have systematically shut these servers down because people started to realise it's no fun playing on these servers when you don't get any help or it's just filled with cheaters, particularly PvP. There are some PvE servers that don't necessarily have as many problems, but lots of them servers are still got lots of cheated items in. They did just spawn in lots of stuff for that as well, or at least they duplicate lots of items for PvE even. So Wildcard have shut these servers down over the years. They called it the Great Migration, but now today is the last day. There will be no more legacy PvP servers. There will still be some PvE servers, but if you've been moving from server to server because each one's been shut down every few months, that's it. There's no more legacy PvP. You'll have to go and play on the brand new servers. And yeah, I'm surprised Wildcard didn't do a little reminder today in their news post. But there you go. So we might go and try and jump on. I'll let you guys know if we do that. All in all, it's about 400 servers across all three platforms that are being shut down as far as I can tell. So that's still quite a lot. They don't have the biggest population, some of them, although some still actually do. They do have numbers up to 30 or 40, but Wildcard have just said they get rid of them. Now in the past they said they would only get rid of low pop, but it looks like they are just making that decision to finally get rid of them. Probably PvE legacy servers might not be taken offline. Who knows? We'll have to see what's going on in the future, but definitely PvP, it's the last day. I've got visions of us running around and getting free weapons and dinosaurs from people who just want to give it all up because they're about to literally lose it all anyway. They can't transfer any of that stuff to the new servers, and there's no other servers for them to take their stuff to. It'd be interesting to see what they're going to do now though. Are we going to get any new server types? That's what a lot of people really want to see. Smaller tribe servers, smaller alliance servers, stuff like that. Some new fresh way to keep on playing the game, particularly on console, which doesn't have the conquest servers, or didn't have anyway. So yeah, let me know some ideas of what servers you want to see. So guys, Valguero, when it launched, it's fair to say it was missing a fair bit of content, or at least we wasn't communicated with about what type of content. You know you was expecting Reapers, you know you was expecting Rock Drakes, and even some other creatures that should be in caves. They weren't there. Pretty much Valguero caves were pretty empty, particularly on Xbox and PlayStation, and there just really were some big problems with it. A decent little map, it quickly lost its sparkle though, I think, because so many people were expecting so much. Now Wildcard made the decision not to include certain creatures, and it had nothing to do with the actual curator, Project Valguero, otherwise known as Nikatus. Now, he was optimistic that they would update the game a little bit, maybe not to add Rock Drakes, etc., but he was hopeful they would carry on doing some changes, and they did explain to him that they were going to be adding some extra content to the map. Unfortunately though, it looks like that got thrown out of the bus. Just like Wildcard do often, they never really actually went back and updated Valguero. I'm pretty sure Valguero hasn't received any updates other than one hotfix since that time. There's been general hotfixes, but nothing really detailing any changes for Valguero. And there was definitely some issues with spawning and creatures that only got fixed once, and it hasn't received any sort of overpass. So Nikatus is pretty adamant now that he has nothing to do with it, and he really hasn't been. He made his map, it won the competition, Wildcard approached him and gave him some money or some sort of idea that they would take ownership of the map and they would do the rest of the work. He did carry on doing some bug fixing to help him out and do certain things, I'm pretty sure, but he has no control over what happens with Valguero. So it's a bit of a shame that his new map, he's already stating that this will not come to console, which is pretty good because it means loaded clickbait can't go on about it for months and months. And it is a real shame because this map is looking pretty decent. It's definitely using a lot more features though from DLCs, and even on PC, if you have this as a mod, you're going to need to own some of the older DLCs if you want to play it. Now, if I got any of that wrong, I'm sure Nikatus will let me know. I know he watches some of my videos occasionally. But yeah, don't get hyped up by this map. It looks like it's still going to be just a PC mod exclusive, and maybe the whole experience with Wildcard has kind of soured his view. So much so that he might not even consider giving them full ownership of a mod or a map in the future. But nevertheless, yeah, it's a bit of a shame that the developer of one of the good maps on ARK has no plans to bring this to the masses. Now we just need loaded clickbait to shut up about that other water map, and we'll be winning the war against the useless lies. And that is pretty much it, just a small one this week. Obviously, as I said, Genesis is coming out on the 25th of February. Thank God we know what's going on now fully. We've got the Valentine's Day event coming up before then. I'll keep you guys in the loop exactly what dates it's going to be going live and how long it's going to last too. And of course, I'm going to show you the 5 brand new chibis. And as mentioned, the dev kit has now been updated. Now, in years gone by, we would see lots and lots of content in the dev kit, but they kind of stopped putting it out before the updates. They would only actually update the public dev kit once an update went out with all the new content. But you never know, there might be worth something going around and having a little gander in. So that's what I'll be doing most of my day today, going through the dev kit and seeing if I can find any sneaky previews or hints about what's coming. To be fair, the outline patch notes do look like it's more just about how to use it, is it being improved and certain things have been added. I didn't expect the patch notes to just literally say, yeah, it's going to have this in it, you're going to see the new creatures up close. Obviously we do have the chibis in there already, but you never know. And just a bit of self-promo from me, guys. If you like Subnautica, if you like Metroidvania games where you go exploring, old school, where you got to find lots of secrets and collectibles, but also a ton of humour and combat, maybe some puzzle and parkour, go and check out my Journey to the Savage Planet playthrough. It's so hard covering multiple games. It's honestly easier if you just stick to one game. You will grow a lot better as long as you're making content that people want to watch. It's why it took me so much longer to get to 100k subs than other YouTubers. And that's good, I'm not moaning, but it is just a fact of life. It does take a bit longer if you cover multiple games. But for sure, I'm really happy with this game. I've actually completed it. It's the first time I've completed a game in a long time. I'll be doing a proper review later on today. maybe give that a watch and see if the game is up your street. And if you don't know, I am setting up a second channel soon where a lot of the indie games that I like playing, city builders, strategy, simulation, they're all going to be on a second channel permanently. I'm not worried about growth, I'm not worried about if it's going to be successful. I just want somewhere that I can put more content out that I enjoy playing that doesn't affect my main channel. That's the way YouTube is. You put out too much different type of content on your main channel, if it doesn't immediately get lots of hits, it's not going to necessarily do very well, and it can actually affect the rest of your content. Not unless you have a big fan base that really buy into just you as a personality. It's okay, you guys really don't like me, it's fine. But on a serious note, you know, I do news, I do tutorials, I do guides, previews, reviews, rants, and so YouTube does have a hard time categorizing me. But I'm still really proud that I've managed to do some good work with all kinds of games. My top 5 videos aren't just ARK videos anymore. It's Conan and Subnautica, with DayZ is slipping in there too. And last year, ARK wasn't even in the top 10 most popular. Anyway, just a little bit of self-promo. I don't do it that often. I need a name for my second channel, so go and give me some ideas if you haven't done that already as well. And that's it guys, I'll be back with more Genesis news as soon as we get a first look at anything else. Don't forget I'm going to be running servers for free for everyone to play on Xbox, PlayStation and the PC. You just got to join Discord and wait until the Genesis servers go live, and then I should have the servers up and running. So until then, laters!